Hey guys, Jules here. Welcome to round three of the Japanese Grand Prix. So, joining me today will be Law of the Streets, if he is here. Law, are you there? Are you there, Law? Maybe not. Peanuts, are you there? Smart.
Hell, hi.
Here we go. Welcome back, Peanuts.
Oh,
How are you?
good day, everyone.
Hey, Law, welcome back as well. Law, you there? Okay, maybe not. Okay, guys, how we doing?
Um, Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Just had a had a hectic night last night. Yeah,
I heard you guys were doing some late night practice last night.
it wasn't me. Other day, I had a 1v1 competition last night. That was interesting.
Okay.
Oh, we would talk about it here.
How about you, Law? How you been going? Yeah? Maybe not. Okay. Well, Peanuts, while we're waiting for Law, what do you predict is going to happen in this qualifying session? Now, we've got quite a bigger grid for our third round for the Japanese Grand Prix. So, majority of these guys are now the Tier 2 regulars, so it's been bulking up. So, what's your prediction for qualifying and possibly for the race?
Well, based on what I see from practice, there's two people that stands out, or maybe three, or maybe four, maybe more. Which is Monks, Zox, Sly Dog, Mad Dog. Those new people that came in because they are plenty fast. And I'm not even joking. They are plenty fast. So we have to look them out. Considering it's their debut race, and in Japan, there's a lot to happen.
It's true, very true. It's as everyone's pretty much coming out of the pits right now. We've got what? How many cars on the track? On the track, I think we've got 9 cars out of the 15 on track at the moment. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Oh, maybe less. Maybe 8 cars onto the track at the moment. As I believe the first one which we were on board with, John Jang, as he's coming through the hairpin curve. So, and of course, who is that behind him? I think that's Magic straight behind him. So it is Magic. There's a bit of a queue up there. So yeah, it's going to be hopefully an exciting race today. So, well, not to say that the other two races haven't been exciting for the tier two, especially Russia. Russia was really exciting.
We do expect to see more.
We do that we do. So John Jang, as you can see, him warming up the tires here. Um, yeah,
So it starts us up to 130R there.
as we hop on board with him now into the Casio Triangle. Takes it nice and easy. And we're on board with our first driver for the first lap of the Japanese Grand Prix qualifying session. So, trying to carry the speed. Let's see if he goes. He does go flat as someone's gone off the track, obviously, to get out of the way. I believe that was Guackle that was trying to find his way out of Zhangjiang into the S curves. It's not doing too bad, actually. He's holding the speed quite nicely. Car looks like it's
Holding good.
sticking. Yeah, it
Yeah,
looked like it almost dropped a little bit out of the last S.
he's going a bit safe through deck no one there.
This is more of an opening lap, I assume. He's still got 14 minutes of the session remaining, so first lap.
Yeah, it's better to set a C flat.
It's true, and then push a little bit later. Maybe the first lap, something to say, yeah, I'm here, but I definitely can go faster.
Or perhaps it could be that it's time to learn how the track feels because how do we know is that every time we do a session, the track feels a bit different. Sometimes it's a bit faster, sometimes a bit slower.
Yeah, it's true. It's really true. Again, it's all dependent on track temperature. Um, for all we know, it could be sunny now and then rain in the race session. So we will see. As John Jang puts in a 127.352, so good benchmark time. As we wait to see
Indeed.
who's left to cross the line, as Magic Dawn crosses in behind him at 128.8. J Miles a 128.7. So now the times are starting to come down a little bit. They've sort of averaged in the 128s at the moment. 132 by Zefty.
Zox.
Uh,
127.1 by
127,
Zox.
so 2/10 quicker than John Jang. Let's ride on board with Moggs. Whoops, just missed him. On board with Moggs 94 as he comes to 130R, which is no longer a break anymore. It's all flat
Flat.
into the Casio triangles. Can he hold this nicely? It's not looking too bad. 122, 23, 24 comes in close to try and narrow the angle. 126.9.
126.
So the
He's
first
the one.
first
He's the
driver.
best.
Sorry,
Yep.
Peanuts, go. Sorry, my bad.
He's the best one to break 126. Wow. Impressive by him. Just
Well, Wobble Candy comes across the line with 128.5. Yeah, so
wow.
Moggs the first driver in the 26s. 26.9. Only 2/10 ahead of Zox, which again is 2/10 ahead of John Jang. So it's pretty close up at the top three. Then a bit of a gap to P4, which is Mad Dog at 128.1. So again, Moggs has quite a very quick a time trial time, I believe. I think his time trial time was a 26.1. So he's still about 8/10 off that. But again, time trial is not really retrospective of what happens in the race. So
Exactly.
as we go on board with
Crackle.
BTR Zephy. I'm on board with BTR Zefty. Is Guackle's in the pits at the moment. BTH, I should say, not BTR. It used to be BTR. It's now BTH
Ah,
Zephy.
he might be just laying down rubber.
Who's this? Zephy. I think he's going for it.
Is in the pits now. Kiwi invalidated his lap. I assume it happened in Degna, as it seems.
It's a
Yeah,
very
it just caught.
go
So
on. So go on. Yeah,
he
I've
just
done that
caught
twice.
the first Degna, a bit too much, so it kind of ruined his flow of the lap
It's
because
it,
it's too early in the lap. Yeah,
it's very easy to do at Dagna.
yeah, but well, he pits in and just plans to take new tires and smash it again.
We're on board with Zephy at the moment. He's gone a little bit wide, and it's probably cost him quite a bit of time there into the what corner was that? The spoon curve is what it's called. So I'm trying to hopefully get these corner names right for this race. So something I need to improve on, I think, which is the laying out the corner names. As Zephy is coming across, it will be quicker than his first time by about
One
1 second. So 131.5. So still 1 second short from Killaroo. Um,
oxygen.
as Oxygen is, I'm assuming, on his hot lap at the moment as he's into Dagna. Dagna 1
No,
and Dagna 2.
he's invalidated his lap. I
Uh,
think he spun out.
Is he?
Can't be.
Probably makes sense. Yeah, 46. He's halfway through the lap, so maybe not. I think he's still going for it. I don't think he's backed off just yet. So let's go on board with Mad Dog, who is 7 seconds down. So I don't think that's going to be a proper lap. On board with Killaroo, who's all on the medium. So some of these guys have gone for the mediums a bit late, I feel.
Mogs. Yep. Still has the fastest lap.
Uh,
Still.
Law, are you there? Because he's sending messages in the chat. Apparently, I don't know. He's not here. Apparently, I
No,
wonder.
he's here. He's here.
He is.
Yeah.
I
He's been
wonder.
talking as we speak.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
This is interesting to me.
Literally moving, like changing microphone, like changing
There
from
we
my
go.
laptop microphone to my Blue Yeti microphone, and
I can hear you now, Law. It's all good.
I've been here the whole
All
time.
good.
Have you? Okay.
It might have been because I think you said that you put me on mute or
Yes,
something.
could have been exactly that reason. I did not think about that one.
I've been here the whole time, but I was just going to say, like, Oxygen did invalidate his lap. Maybe I think it was the first or second corner, because I was on board with him, and all of a sudden, it come up saying he invalidated.
Okay.
So I'm thinking it might have been track limits or something.
Yeah, for sure it would have been for invalidation. For sure it would have been, as we ride on board with Zox, who's a little bit up on his first sector time for his best lap
Oh,
as he heads into the spoon.
Grackle's out.
Quackle's retired.
Grackle
We've
retired.
just seen that next now, and he doesn't even get to set a lap.
No,
That pretty much confirms he starts plumb
Last.
last.
I think he hit the curb, then spun out.
Very, very easy to do. Which part of the track?
The sector one.
Sector 1. In the S curves. Very,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah,
On
just
the
in
map, it looks like
just before the,
One moment,
S-curve.
one moment, guys. As Zox is 1/10 up at the moment on his personal best. A bit of a late break, but we'll see if that's cost him any time as we ride on board with him. Will he catch Moggs? He
Oh, he
does.
does. Wow.
Just that
Just
last sector is where he made up 1/10 in that last sector. Pops him into pole with a 1:26.920.
Provisional pole at the moment with 6.5 minutes to go.
For the moment, as John Jang is very, very wide in the spoon curve. And I think he's letting people go, or yes, he is.
as far as I know, Grackle crashed on the Dunlop curve.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
very, very easy to do to go out wide there, or even touch the curb. The inside curb will send you wide.
Even
As,
upon entry, you can make the car feel unsettled too. It's just normal for that to happen.
as Jay Miles puts in his best time of a 1:28.58 on the mediums. So I think he's liking this alternate strategy. It's not the first time he's going for this. In Russia, he did it, and in Bahrain as well. So I believe it was Bahrain as well. So he's in the last two races, he has gone for the alternate strategy to give him better race pace.
And it's worked out so far too.
It definitely has. He's had a podium, and actually no, I take that. No, he did have a retirement in Russia. So Russia didn't work out, but in Bahrain it definitely did with a podium. Oh, who is that? That's just
Oh,
crashed out.
who is it?
Might have been Dawn. No, could have been Basic Kiwi.
Oxygen.
Oxygen. 5 place grid penalty.
5 plays grid penalty. Why? What did he get the 5 plays grid penalty for?
He had I think he had a tangle with Basic Kiwi.
Tangle with Basic Kiwi.
Yeah. Hang on. Let me just double check that.
He did. He's missing half his front wing, so he has had an incident. So he's still got enough time to.
Yeah, no, actually, sorry, I'm wrong. It wasn't with Basic Kiwi. It was with Killaroo.
Killaroo. When did
Oxygen thief? Because I'm looking at the incidents in the
wrong oxygen.
Oh, sorry, Oxygen with. I'm still getting it muddled up, but it's Oxygen with Killaroo. Collision with Killaroo. Because I'm looking at in the race director in the incidents.
I can see it now. A collision with Killaroo.
Oh, that's interesting because usually when they give out penalties, they give it to both of them. But it seems that only Oxygen's getting it. That's something to consider about. Bit of some tangling.
Maybe something for the stewards to consider.
We'll see. As we hop on Basic Kiwi, he and Oxygen still hasn't set a fastest lap yet, or any lap, still. So
right now we're on board with Moggs as he's going into the spoon curve. What's his lap going to look like? What's his sector 2 going to look like? He's 2/10 up, so long as he keeps this through sector 3, he's going to nail pole.
He'll get it. Yellow flag.
As he tries to narrow the angle, staying nice and tight to the last curve, and does take it with a 26.5. So 4/10 up. What his provisional time was before.
That's pretty much pole in his back, unless someone can pull another 4/10s. Which will be interesting if Zox can pull it out as he goes out now.
Well, John James starting a fast lap, so he's just gone through the first corner.
Yes, that's a nice camera angle.
Indeed.
As he's in the S curve right now. It looks like he's holding it quite well together. Let's see what his sector 1 time is. And it is, he's 1/10 up at the moment. So 1/10 puts him as a 27.2 at the moment. Can he break the 26s as Moggs is retired? Whatever's happened, Moggs is retired with 1 minute 48 to go. Might not have had enough time to come out and complete another lap, but he has retired.
Maybe he had to think of it, like, and he said, "Nah, I'm good."
Potentially, but right now it's up to John Jang and seeing what his sector 2 is. He's right so far 1/10 up. He's 2/10 up now, almost. He's pretty much 3/10 up. So this puts him in the 26s at the moment. Now, how fast can he climb in the 26s? How high can he go? Or low, should I say? Can he go? As he does not narrow the angle like Moggs does, but he does get a 27 flat. So doesn't make the 26s. Does, however, get a 27 flat. As we are going to ride on board with Zox as he prepares for his lap with 50 seconds on the clock. Can Zox snatch pole on the last lap? It's all up to him now as we ride on board. Flat all the way through down the straight into the first curve. Just a touch of the brake and he's just playing with the throttle into the S curves. Trying to hold the speed, keep the momentum into the last part of the S curve, into the Dunlop curve. What's his first sector time? As it comes up now, 2/10 up. So he's halfway. He's cut the deficit by 1 sector. What
That's
can
the
he
fastest, maybe.
do? What can he do as the flag goes up? As he says thank you. I didn't actually see who jumped out of the way for him.
John Jang it was.
I think John Jenkins pretty happy with third. But it's all up to Zox right now. Can he keep it? He does keep it in the track. Or Candy has just retired from the session. He's stuck in 4th if Mad Dog does not jump him. What is Zox sector 2 time as he's about to come up the line? Now he's lost a bit of time somewhere. He's just under 1/10 up. Big lock up.
Big.
His sector 2 time was 39.2.
He's slower. He lost it all in sector 3, and that would have been through the lockup.
Unfortunate.
Zox says he's retired from the session, but I think he's just
Oxygen.
He's now in 3rd at the moment, so he's going for another lap. We must have missed when he popped John Jang.
But do keep in mind he has a 5 place group penalty. My apologies. He invalidated.
He just invalidated. That's unfortunate. He was 2/10 up, so I think Moggs has breathed a fresh sigh of relief. Yes, Wolfman is also forfeited.
So
his
now
lap.
with Oxygen getting P3 means he'll be starting in P8.
Yes, it definitely will be. So John Jang will then be promoted. Wobble Candy will be promoted. Mad Dog promoted again. Wolfman will also be promoted. you got Mad Dog,
Miles,
Wolfman.
Miles will be promoted as well.
Yes, so it'll stop at Miles though. So Miles is
Yeah.
in a good place to be starting on the mediums in seventh spot. So he'd be the highest medium runner for
Yeah,
this race.
considering you've also got Killaroo, Zephy, and also Guackle on the mediums, but obviously Guackle can choose whatever tire he wants to choose because he never got to set a time.
It's true. So whether he wants to go on the hards, the mediums, the softs, that is totally up to him. As
Yeah.
the session for qualifying is over, the 18-minute session. Now it's up to these guys and what they can do in the race. So
Well,
as we see, Moggs with a first place with a 26.5. 4/10 back is Zox in second. We have Oxygen in third with a 5-place grid penalty with a 127 flat. You then have John Jane as well with a 27 flat in fourth place. So it's going to be an interesting race, I think, and we go all the way back down to Jay Miles, who will be in seventh spot, who is the first runner on the medium with a 28.5. So it's looking very tasty for the race.
Even the strategy too is.
oh yeah, the strategy is going to play out really well. I'd love to see how many. Well, what was the like suggested tire strategy?
It's a one stopper, but
Yes. Yeah, it is a
thing
one-stop.
is that if people on softs, that is most of the grid, can stretch it out to 11 laps, they will be really slow at the back end of the stint because
Yeah.
the softs will be just dead. And some might even think a two stopper could be viable if they can get rid of traffic easily. So it's something for drivers to consider about in this race.
Well, it will be interesting to see what these drivers do pick, as we will find out what the tyre strategy is very shortly. So, as we ride on board Moggs as he takes away the formation lap.
I actually don't mind his paint scheme.
His livery, it is very nice. It's a very nice livery.
It looks like it looks a bit like the Aboriginal flag. Oh, basic Kiwi.
Basic Kiwi is retired. You're not wrong there, actually, Law.
It does actually look like a little bit like the Aboriginal flag, doesn't it?
It does. Even Zox has got a very nice livery with the sort of aqua blue and the black stripes. Well, not even stripes, it's more like the black swirls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like it looks like with Zox's livery, it looks like what they've done is they've just like painted the car blue, and then they've just got the black paint and they've just thrown it on the car.
Killaroo
was disqualified from the formation lap.
Maybe I think like the reason as to why they get disqualified is they bump into the back of other drivers.
Well, let's take a look what some of these drivers did pick. So Guackle is on the mediums, so Zephy on the softs, Sly Dog on the softs, and Magic on the medium. So as Basic Kiwis on the softs as well, and Killaroo is also on the medium. So interesting tyre choices here.
And also Jay Miles on the mediums as well.
Yes, but he qualified on those, so we knew he was already going to be on the mediums. The other guys had more of a free tyre strategy to pick from 11th to 15th. So.
Oh yeah, so Magic down to Guackle.
Here we go. Here's his predictor's tyre strategy. So softs to lap 9 or 10 to the hards, and then the two stopper would be softs to 10, and then to the mediums later on. So we will find out what is the quickest way around Japan very, very shortly as the formation lap is done. As everybody is in line as a 3, 4, 5 lights are about to go out, and we go racing in Japan for round 3 of the OCE Racing League 2. A lot of smoke.
As Moggs gets a good
Zox.
start off the line.
He gets a very good start. Zox, John Jang, and Wobble Candy. Got to be very careful into this. And it seems quite clean. Very clean as Killaroo has a bit of a wobble. Gets passed by Sly Dog. He's going to be struggling a little bit on those mediums. How is J Miles going? He's holding his own at the moment as Moggs is 6/10 out in the lead. J Miles a little wide, but it's given Oxygen a bit of a taste. There's no passing into Denga 1 or Denga 2 unless you're extremely brave. Degno, I should say. Degno.
Even with the hairpin. Is he? Oh, Oxygen's going for it.
Oxygen
And
is...
the
Mad Dog is in 9th right now, so something's happened.
Dawn is down to 9th.
In 10th now.
10th.
We have missed what happened. J Miles is up into 6th. So
Really interesting.
we've missed a bit of a slip, I think. Who is that? It looks like Wolfman.
Wolfman
is tumbling down the order. He's been passed by Killaroo. He's down into 12th. He's going to be down into 13th now if Basic Kiwi gets him. They're going side by side into 130R. As Wolfman pulls out, Basic Kiwi just sticks in there. J Miles
Maybe a
up
bit
to
of
5th.
And
Magic goes right.
I was going to say, just the back there, we're also getting
Side by side down to the first straight A.
Basic Kiwi with Wolfman.
We are in for some treat over here.
As
Hey.
Wackle makes his move on BTH Zephy. So, very good first lap, very clean. These guys kept it nice and calm, no incidents, realizing there's a 27 lap race. As Moggs is 7/10 clear of Zox, trying to break away. John Jang not too far behind, 1 second behind Zox. Wobble Candy 6/10 behind him. So the gap then is formed back to J Miles, who's causing a bit of a train at the moment. Remember, he's on the medium, so he's going to cause a bit of a train up until maybe lap 4 or 5, and then he'll start to pull away after that. So that's what Oxygen needs to try and find as he almost hits the back of him. He needs to try and get past J Miles as quick as he can, because very soon J Miles is going to start to pull away.
it's going to be interesting to see how many of the drivers actually go on the hards and how many of them take the two-stopper.
Two-stopper. You're going to have to be very aggressive to go take that two-stopper and make that work.
Oxygen's thinking about it. He needs to think that his softs won't last long. So he needs
does
to
know
make
that.
the move
J
and say
Miles.
bye-bye to J Miles.
He's gone a little bit defensive into 130R, so Oxygen going to go for it. No, he has not. He's
No.
thinking twice.
Taking it safe.
But
J
he
Miles
has-
gets a move.
Has got a better run on J Miles. And if he's saved up some ERS, he has. He might be able to make this stick, but I think J Miles might have also saved up some ERS as he's also deploying it too. It's who's going to be the bravest here. Leave each other some room. They have Oxygen.
And
Just
J
gets
Miles.
it. J Miles gone a little bit too wide. So
And Matt Dog takes advantage of it too.
And we have Zox, who's got the fastest lap with a 130.9.
Zox does not want to let Moggs get away, as those words are rolling off the tongue right there. Those names, I should say. As it looks like Wolfman is getting very close to the back of Killaroo. 310s. Sly Dog, is he close enough to make a move on J Miles? He thinks about it, but
Don too thinks about it too.
there's not a lot of overtaking chances in Japan. It's very, look, it looks like a very big overtaking track, but it's really not, because the corners are coming at you so fast. You have to be very precise on
That
your
and
overtakes.
It's a bit, you know, it's a bit tight of a track too, so you cannot make that much of it.
It's true. It's very true. We're on board with Dawn through 130R. Is he going to make a move? He is making a move into the Casio Triangle.
Dawn.
Very late break, and Sly Dog saw that one coming, and he took that back. It's given J Miles a bit more breathing space though. So
It's also given the guys at the back a chance to
Wolfman
catch up to
passes
Dawn as well.
Killaroo.
Wolfman and Killaroo. So again, I think Killaroo knows his battle will be later on, not now. So as Guackle's getting closer and closer to the back of Magic. On the softs, both drivers on the softs, so...
You mean on the mediums?
On the yes, on the mediums, my bad, on the mediums. So, thinking about a long distance first stint to make their life a lot easier in the second part of the race. So, as Guackle goes very wide into Denga, after Denga 1 into Denga 2.
See Wolfman, Dawn.
Whoa, Guackle's spun. Guackle has spun it.
Guackle.
And
Well, actually,
it's,
I mean,
Oh.
it's very easy to do at the
I don't think he. I was
at the
actually
hairpin
watching-
curve.
I was watching Magic there, and it didn't even look like he touched him or anything.
It's not. It's a low speed. Ooh, we have Sly Dog and he's gone very wide there. Dawn and Sly Dog getting very close together. As who is that? Wolfman makes a pass in Casio Triangle. So Wolfman obviously trying to. Whoa, who's gone into the wall there? I think it's Sly Dog. He's gone into the wall. He's going to be very careful doing that. He's managed to get himself back into the pits. He's made contact with the wall, so he's going to have to pray that he's able to get a safety car or something to get him back into the race. He's going to have to pit for the hard now.
Maybe. Did he have any damage when he hit the wall? End plate, maybe.
He does. He will need a fresh new wing, I should say.
Oh yeah. Oh.
He's on the
Yeah,
hards. He's on the
Yeah,
hards.
he's
So
on the hards.
he's going to have to. He needs to try and get to the end of the race with where he is now. It's all about damage limitation as we're on board with Wolfman, who's now trying to find a way past Dawn. As J Miles seems to be breaking away now with 2.7 seconds back to Dawn. So now it's the time for J Miles to show what he can do with medium starting to kick in and the soft starting to degrade. For those that don't know much about F1, watching the race on Twitch and YouTube, so the softs around Japan really don't last much longer on fuel tanks of fuel. About lap 7, lap 8. Anything after that, they start to deteriorate very, very quickly. Mediums tend to go to about lap 13, lap 14, so they've got some decent tyre life, and you can get some decent tyre lap, but the softs are still very much quite quicker at Japan. So, and plus, all drivers must use at least either the softs and mediums, or mediums hard, or soft hard. So they must use one of the softest compounds and one of the harder compounds. As Wolfman managed to find a way through the S curves. That's going to be very committed through there, and he did, and he got the place from Dawn. As
I've
also,
noticed in some parts of the track that with Moggs in the lead, Zox is actually catching him in some parts of the track.
that could very much be down to setup. You will notice those who have more of a higher downforce setup will be very quick through Sector 1, but as you get to the long straights,
We have our
through the
penalty for the
backs.
afternoon, and it's Oxygen with a 3-second penalty.
That's the first track warning penalty. So, but you'll find through the back stretch into 130R and down the main straight, that is where the lower downforce setups really start to kick back. It's through the S curves and sort of the start of Sector 2 where higher downforce gives you the advantage. The rest of the track will suit the lower downforce cars.
Yeah, because I mean, at the time, I think it's through Sector 1, you can see that Zolt is actually catching Moggs. Like, you bring it down to, I think it's like 700ths of a second. And then through the rest of the lap, it goes out.
Well, right now he's 1 second 3/10 away, 1.3 seconds away from Moggs. So he's doing his best to try and catch him.
At the same time, this is very interesting. I mean, Moggs has only just recently joined the Tier 2.
This is true. This is also Zock's first race with us too. Like, he's been in Tier 2 since the start, but he hasn't been able to race the first 2 races. Now this is his first race, so he's able to show what he can do.
And he certainly can.
He's 1.4 seconds away from Moggs at the moment. So lap 7, heading into lap 8. So with the pit stop window is not too far away. You could even think of an undercut here. And again, those of you who don't know what an undercut is, it's where you pit earlier than the guy in front or behind you to try and get more advantage in terms of lap time at the start of your stint, your second stint. So you will feel the effects at the end of your second stint, but it's all about getting that track position at the start of your second stint, switching onto the tires, which could be the mediums, depending on Zox if he wants to go aggressive, or the hards.
Gets a bit loosey.
He's still doing okay at the moment, sitting in 7th place. He's 3 seconds away from Mad Dog,
and I think at this point his mediums will start to come to his advantage as those softs are starting to cry and give up.
Definitely will, but it looks like J Miles is losing a bit of time. He's lost 5/10 through the first couple of turns, so as Basic Kiwi is in the pits, and he's gone on to the mediums, Basic Kiwi. So Basic Kiwi going for an aggressive strategy. So we'll see him come out right now.
So Basic Kiwi, he might have to maybe pit one more time. You reckon?
He definitely will. It'll be because I'm pretty sure he started on the soft, so he'll be just doing a soft, medium, soft run. So,
yep, the mediums can't last this much longer.
No, at 19 laps, it's very much out of medium territory. That's the hard territory. The hards can last up to 20 laps, but they're not too bad. But compared to someone on the set of mediums, you'd rather be on those tires because the hards never have great pace, great race pace. If you want to go long distance, that is completely fine. But in terms of outright pace, it's not the tire to be on.
See,
as the pit strategy opens
And
up,
we see Jay
drivers and
Miles coming
mediums.
in to the pits. So Jay Miles is going to come off the medium tyres.
That's very interesting for J Miles. He's pitting earlier than the guys in the softs in front of him. So
He's gone from
softs
to the softs.
So he's thinking of doing a medium soft strategy. So where's this going to put him? He'll come out just behind Guackle. So now he has to really chase down as hard as he possibly can on those fresh softs. So he'll have good pace advantage for the first 6 laps.
Magic's in the pits again.
Again, Magic? No, he's on the hards now. So this is his first stop. As Basic Kiwi passes Magic, and coming back to Sly Dog, who's working. So that's the second driver with a track penalty. As Sly Dog's coming back into it now, he's only 5.4 seconds behind Magic, so he's trying to work his way back. He'll be right on board with Mad Dog, who's getting very close to Oxygen. He could think of a move into Casio Triangle. He's looking at it.
Oh, Mog's just got a 5-second penalty for being in pit lane.
Being in pit lane, that's not good. Oh, someone's lost a bit of wing. As Oxygen's lost
a bit of wing.
He's lost a bit of his front wing. As Mad Dog's taking to the inside. It was very strange actually, because Oxygen literally just disappeared in front of in front of Mad Dog. So
a bit of a desync, in fact.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? And he's going to really feel the effects of that loss of downforce with his front wing.
Mox goes for the hards.
Mox on the hards.
And Dawn on the hards as well.
So, now this will be very interesting to see how tyre strategy plays a role into this race. As Dawn has got some nice fresh air, 6 seconds back to Guackle. On board with Oxygen. There's a bit of a lock up into the hairpin curve. He's still sticking with Mad Dog, even with that that front wing, the bit of a downforce loss.
So I mean, as it said, the tyre strategy is what
J-Rock gets to the grass to overtake
Oh,
Zephy.
he does overtake Zephy, and Zephy has done a bit of a spin, I think. No, not yet. No, he's still gone. I just saw a bit of a tap there.
It
As
is.
on board with Oxygen, who's trying to close in on Mad Dog. Zox looks like he's in the pit. He is in the pit. John Jang is in the pit. Both of them, Zox and John Jang, is in the pit, as Oxygen is also in the pit. So Wobble Candy is in the lead. So he's going very far on these softs. I think he's...
as we see Jay Miles set the fastest first sector, and then we have Moggs set the fastest second sector.
So Moggs, Dartax has left the session apparently, so he's not in the race, but Moggs closing in on Wolfman, going to be feeling those fresh hards compared to those old mediums. Zox is on the medium, so Zox is going for more of an aggressive strategy compared to Moggs.
And Zephy on the hards as well.
So John Jang is on the hards as well as so who else is left? So we've got Wobble Candy, Mad Dog, and Wolfman, who's about to be passed by Moggs on the only 3 drivers that are yet to pit, and Killaroo. Killaroo is also yet to pit. He's sitting in 7th right now with 1 second behind John Jang and closing in quite fast.
As well as Blackwell hasn't pitted either. On old mediums.
So right now Moggs has easily breezed his way past Wolfman, as I don't think Wolfman really wants to challenge Moggs, not unless he wants to lose a bit of time, as he's coming into the pits right now. And Moggs sets the fastest lap in the meantime. So
Candy still goes for it.
Wobble Candy's still going. How many laps can he do on these softs? And Sly Dog's found his way into 14th right now. So he's made up 1 place since his earlier incident with the pit lane. So now it's going to be, so Zox is closing in on Moggs, having that fresh tyre advantage. But the question will be, how far can those mediums go before they start to, as we have a yellow flag in the S-curves. Not sure who it might be. Could be not Wolfman, could be Killaroo. No, he's free. So it was a blue car, and the only 2 blue cars here is Wolfman and Killaroo. Well, dark blue, I should say. So Killaroo enjoying his race, I think. He's just all on his own, doing what he wants, doing as he likes. Just keeping it within the track, staying out of trouble, as we have a yellow flag in. Sly Dog has retired. So we've missed this. Safety car. We have a virtual safety car. This is very interesting now, because if Killaroo is able to get his
Wobble Candy pretty much gets a free
pit stop, he does get a free pit stop. So this is played into Wobble Candy's hands, going long on those soft. Where is Moggs? Moggs is coming down the pitch straight now, and he can only go so fast. Wobble Candy, he will get him, but where is Zox? So Wobble Candy will slide in, drive-through penalty for John Jang, as he was speeding on the safety car.
Get the drive-through penalty.
So that's annoying. That's gonna kill his race, as Wobble Candy has found his way into 3rd on a fresh pair of mediums. So not sure if Killaroo pit. He did not. He still stayed out. So the real winner of that was Wobble Candy.
Well done to him.
Yeah,
Pulled it off pretty well.
Yeah. Go, Law.
The gamble pays off.
It pretty much exactly took the words right out of my mouth. the gamble of going long on the softs, it's worked out for him, and he's got a fresh pair of mediums that, you know what, could definitely get to the end of the race right now on lap 13. They definitely could get to the end of the race. So he's going to have a tyre advantage for the next 11 laps on Moggs. After those 11 laps, we will see exactly what happens. They might line up with the tyre advantage with the tyre life of Moggs' Hard. So it's definitely going to be an interesting race, I think, as we see Wolfman challenging Mad Dog here, trying to go around the outside, which is almost turning into the inside of the spoon curve. Thinks twice about it though. Oh, and he's hit the back of Oxygen, and two of them are spun. Both Wolfman and Mad Dog have done a bit of a spin as they both recover. That might be one for the steward's room later, I think. As I don't think Wolfman will be very happy. Neither will Mad Dog, because they've both lost some places to Dawn and Oxygen. So as J Miles is getting closer to Killaroo, only 5/10 away.
Oh, his softs are really coming into play.
They
While
are.
his mediums are slowly saying, "Nah, I cannot do this. I need a pit."
Wolfman has just overtaken Mad Dog through the main straight. And
as like Moggs has a nearly 5 second.
oh, J Miles has made a bit of a spin. He's had to reset the track. He's lost one place to Oxygen. I think those softs are beginning to deteriorate on him, as Dawn is very close behind him right now on those hard tyres. I think so long as Dawn doesn't do anything silly, will get past J Miles fairly easy, I would say. Actually, J Miles is only on 4-lap fresh tyres, so 4-lap old tyres, I should say. So interesting that he must have touched a curb into the S curves, because it's very easy to take a dive after touching a curb. So
Not much.
right on
It's
board
way
with
more
Dawn.
interesting than it seems.
As J Miles gets a time penalty for, we literally just saw that as we rode on board with Dawn. Gives a time penalty for exceeding track limits. Zox sets the fastest lap. He's 4.9, he's 5 seconds away from Moggs. So Moggs seems to be handling the hard tyres very nicely. We'll see what Dawn can do. Oxygen also sets the fastest lap.
133. Oh,
And
he overtakes Killaroo.
The question is, how far is Blackwell going to go on these medium tyres? Well, at the moment, his tyres are anywhere. His front tyres are 55 and 56. His rear tyres are 45%.
this is interesting. So they're not looking too bad, as we have a yellow flag. I think it might be, it's not Zox, it was BTH Zephy. Bit of a spin as he's on fresh mediums. He missed his pit stop, but fresh mediums, not warm enough tyres maybe, or just an isolated spin.
It's a interesting battle building up with Wolfman, and Dawn as Wolfman overtakes Dawn. Which really happened. Doesn't make it thick. He does.
Yes, we just missed that. As Wolfman is on, as Dawn has left the session.
Maybe a connection issue.
Yeah, potentially. We will find out very quickly, as fast as we can. So we will hope to find out what's happened, as we're on board with his AI. On board back with J Miles, he's only 1 second away, as Killaroo is finally in the pits.
He's had enough of the mediums.
Yeah.
7 mile.
What's he going on now? He's going on the softs.
One of the softs.
Surely, I think he probably can get to the end. Those softs won't look very good come the end of that stint, but he definitely can get to the end, and he will be quick for the next 7 laps. So
It's going to, as I say, it's interesting to see when the strategy that Blackwell's going with. He hasn't actually pitted yet. Is he going to try and go the mediums until the end?
well, I don't think he'll be able to, because he does need to make a pit at some stage. As we are on board with Wolfman, as he's 4/10 behind J Miles. He's still in the, his AI is still in the session. So, Peanuts,
Yes.
do you have Dawn on Steam?
I do not, unfortunately.
Okay, then I will need to send him an invite. As
Was that right with what I said there, Jules? It was a connection issue?
yes, it definitely was a connection issue. So he should be able to join back into the race. He will lose a few spots, as Sharon has just joined, as on board with Wolfman trying to overtake J Miles. J Miles going very defensive, trying to also break the toe. So,
As at the moment, Moggs, if he can stay in
oh,
first
Wolfman
position,
is almost lost it. He's just kept it. He's still going. Almost lost it through the S curves.
at the moment, Jules, if Moggs can keep the lead that he's got, he'll win this race by like
5 tenths.
600th of a second,
Yes.
5 tenths of a second.
He's doing a terrific job pulling away from Zox on hards compared to mediums. So he's doing an absolutely terrific job, as we seem to have lost the time interval.
Thought it was only me.
Well, we'll find out hopefully
We've
next.
lost the time interval, but I've got, luckily enough, I've got it up on my screen. We've got obviously Moggs in front by 5.7 seconds, and then it's practically sort of a
Well, as they're crossing the line, the time interval is starting to reappear. So this kind of gives us, me and you, Peanuts, you and I, Peanuts, I should say.
Yeah.
It kind of gives us a bit of a hint as to what strategy we should pick for our race in, what is it now? An hour and a half, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah.
An hour and a half, yeah, about an hour and a half now, so almost 5:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Time. So,
And 4:30 Australian Eastern Daylight Time.
yes, so not too far away from our race. It gives us a bit of
As
a...
we have Blackwell finally coming off the mediums.
He is. Where is he? He's coming out of the pits now. Yeah, he's coming out of the pits. So he's definitely, those tires will be the freshest tires on the planet compared to everybody else.
Oh, with Basic Kiwi picking up a 3-second penalty.
For track limits, I'm assuming.
Yes, track limits.
So we have a few. Look, Japan's one of those tracks where it's, I wouldn't say it's hard to get multiple track warnings, but it's definitely
Honestly,
it's one of the harder tracks to do.
I was going to
Yeah.
say, this one's actually surprised me a lot. Like, I thought there might have been more
Hang on a sec.
penalties.
Wolfman trying to overtake J Miles. J Miles putting his car in the middle of the track. Wolfman's going to try into the Casio triangle. He does.
Send it.
He does send it,
Oh, they touch.
but J Miles has just kept it. Wolfman. Oh! He's forced J Miles into the pits. I think J Miles probably needed to pit, or he actually forced him into the pit. So
I don't think J Miles did actually need to pit.
yeah, I think he does, because he's on lap 9 soft tyres. He's now pitted for first. So he, remembering his strategy, he pitted on lap 9 of
He did too.
on medium. So as we have a yellow flag, and who is that?
It's Wolfman. It's
Wolfman.
Wolfman.
So
Yeah.
he just passes J Miles, only to spin it out later on, and Dawn just goes straight by. So picking up where he left off after he lost connection. So Dawn just waving goodbye as he's staying penalty free, keeping those hards going well. I have some new information. Oh, and Dawn spins it.
Dawn.
Sorry, as I was literally about saying. So I have some new information for everybody. If for viewers as well, apparently it will start to rain come the end of the race.
Oh, interesting.
So
Interesting.
this will be very interesting. Hopefully we can find some sort of like a time on this as to when, as we like to say, the race engineer Jeff will tell. Oh, from what Jeff is saying, is 15 minutes. So 15 minutes probably will be. We'll
Yes.
probably miss it. I
I
think
will probably miss it.
we'll probably
According
miss the rain.
to, according to my schedule, it actually says that, yeah, 15 minutes we're looking at some rain, and then 20 minutes in we're looking at storms.
I think 15 minutes. What is it? 1
Oh,
minute 30. As
that.
who is that? It's a light blue car. And it's not Magic.
It's Zephy.
It is Zephy. As Dawn
J
gets
Mouse
Dawn gets past Killaroo.
And
J Mouse
basically we're getting a 5-second
Time penalty.
pit lane penalty.
Pit lane penalty. So, and we've also missed John Jane come into the pits to do his drive-through penalty. He's now in 5th place at the moment, closing in on Oxygen. He's now down to 4.9 seconds at the moment to Oxygen. So, both on 8-lap
Credit
tires.
to Oxygen though. He started from 8th and now he's in 4th. This race is really amazing so far.
He's doing his absolute best at the moment, but it might not be enough to catch Wobble Candy as he's 17 seconds behind. Definitely won't be enough to catch Zox, and for sure will not catch Moggs unless something drastic happens to Moggs. As we haven't really rode on board with Moggs. He's kind of been in a race on his own.
He very well has been, like.
He's 6.6 seconds ahead of as Wobble Candy gets himself a 3-second penalty. That might hamper him with getting second spot, unless Zox gets himself a time penalty. But as J Miles sets the fastest lap of the race, he is 2/10 behind Magic as he's making his move right now into the first curve, and he does make it stick. A very nice overtake.
As well as that, like, we have two drivers that are currently 1 lap down, according to the end of it.
I'm assuming that would be BTH Zephy and Basic Kiwi.
Yes. According to the board, when you do the lap on the leader, it says that they are 1 lap down.
Well, I think that makes sense because I think I saw Moggs overtaking someone before, or lapping someone before, so I assumed it would have been either BTH Zephy, but I didn't realize it was also Basic Kiwi, so I think it might have been Basic Kiwi's car I saw being overtaken, so makes sense. As J Miles is now going to try and pull away from Magic, who's holding down 10th place at the moment for his first race in the Tier 2 division. Magic races in our Tier 1 division as well, so like Quackle, he's doing the 2 races, and Dawn gets himself a penalty, so
That's
going to be very annoying for him. Yeah, sorry, Peanuts.
That's gonna be good for J Mouse because look at him, he's on his softs and it's doing amazing for him.
So potential 8th place for J Miles. He is. As Magic looks like he's getting closer. He is getting closer to J Miles.
And Basic Kiwi just got another 3-second penalty as well. So at the moment, Basic Kiwi is looking at 11 seconds worth of penalties.
Well, let's have a look as to what penalties. Let's see. So we have Moggs with a 5-second penalty. So right now, Zox, he'll be 2.8 seconds clear of Zox. You have Wobble Candy, Oxygen, Dawn, J Miles, and Quackle all on 3 seconds of track penalties. And then Basic Kiwi with 11 seconds of penalties. So
at the moment, Basic Kiwi is looking at finishing in maybe 14th?
unless he has some sort of unless he has some sort of retirement, I think Basic Kiwi is going to be in as Quackle gets another 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings for track penalties. I think unless Basic Kiwi hits the wall or something, he's going to find himself in P14. As we have another spinner in the S curve, and I don't know.
Basic Kiwi. It's
Basic Kiwi. There we go. So just as I said, if he keeps it on track, he'll be fine. If he does not, he might find himself in 15th.
In 14th.
Yes, 14th. Sorry, 14th. So right now, 13th will be his best finish at the moment.
See, Zessi has to Zephy has to get him maybe by 29 seconds.
Well, it's saying he's 19 seconds behind Basic Kiwi at this point in time. So if we can look at the gap to the leader,
It actually says that
Quackville, as Killaru's in the pits. Killaru has gone for a fresh set of softs, which is that's very interesting to me because he did all that work on his first stint, and I think he could have gone to the end on those softs. Unless he's acquired some damage somewhere, but he's now
Maybe he
on.
wants to go for the fastest lap.
It's true. It's very true.
maybe. I mean,
I
he
do-
is out of the at the moment.
He almost dropped it into the S curve. So, and he
Oh,
drops it on the Dunlop curve
Uh,
as Moggs
Moggs.
goes round. He goes past, and Killaroo is able to continue on.
It's not going to do any good for the new tyres that he's just put on.
Definitely not, as we have Zox, who's going to try and overlap him now too. Killaroo will need to get out of the way as quick as he can, or Zox will just go straight through him, depending on how fast he's going. So, and that's exactly the option that's been taken.
zooms by.
Let's see, in terms of the fastest lap, right now, J Miles is holding the fastest lap with a 1:29.3, which is well and truly clear of everybody. J Miles is the only one that did a 1:29. Everybody else, including Moggs, who his fastest lap was a 1:30.1. So right now, J Miles is sitting very comfortably for the fastest lap of the race.
Right now, he's sitting comfortably by what, 800ths or 8/10 of a second?
Yes. So, I mean, if Moggs decides to pit now, which he'd be crazy to do, only being 8 seconds ahead of Zox, plus a 5-second penalty. Right now, it looks like J Miles is getting the fastest lap. Unless Killaroo can do anything about it.
When you look at it, it'd be crazy for Moggs to pit now, being 8 seconds in front, nearly 9 seconds in front, and as well as him having the 5-second penalty as we see Killaroo go off track.
We literally just hopped off Killaroo just then to have a quick look at Wobble Candy and missed Killaroo going off track. So that's his second time. Second time in 2 laps. He's done a bit of a spin and he was about to drop it again on the Dunlop curve. So
yeah. I mean, I was just looking at Killaroo and yeah, you just seen him go off track. And I mean, unless as you said, the tyres maybe come like with the rain coming in that 15-minute stint.
Ah, yes, I completely forgot about the rain. Actually, it is looking noticeably darker.
Yeah.
It is looking very noticeably darker. Maybe we might get rain on lap 27, but I hope we can find out some new information very quickly as to when the rain is expected. Directly expected, I should say. So hopefully we can get some information soon.
And J Miles is closing on Dawn.
So,
As Dawn's hearts are not doing so fine. And J Miles
9/10 away from Dawn for an 8th place. So
two-stopper's working out for him.
would you say, Peanuts?
His two-stopper.
It is. I think J Miles, his mistake earlier on cost him a little bit when he did do a sort of that. He went to sort of overtake.
That angle? Yeah.
Yeah, and it went wide into the first corner. But he's coming back. He's trying to work his way past Dawn now. He's only 6/10 away.
See, so I mean, in the last like 2 laps, it's good to ask you guys, what do you think your tyre strategy is going to be for your race?
Without giving anything away, I don't know.
Don't know yet because it depends on where.
As J Miles goes for it, he does go for it. He makes it stick on Dawn, so he gets that 8th spot, and he should run away from Dawn very, very quickly through these S curves. So, provided he doesn't make some sort of a silly mistake. Yes. So sorry about Peanuts, as quickly as you're saying about your tire strategy, this would be good knowledge for me.
Well, it really depends on where you start and how it falls out during the race. You just can't say it straight away. Because at one point you might say, yes, soft mediums would work, but at the same time, soft hards would work.
This is very
So
true. It's very, very true.
interesting how it falls out for everyone, and this race gives us a baseline on how it works, the tires.
To be,
It's not raining.
at the same time, to be truthfully honest with you, like with this race, Mogs 94 has he's been in a race of his own, really.
Definitely has. He's controlled it from start to finish. I mean, Zox was there or thereabouts, but hasn't really done enough to challenge Moggs. I think he never really got close enough.
I mean, with him, like he's at the moment he's 11.3 seconds in front, but with his 5-second penalty, we'll bring it down to what, 6 seconds?
It would, definitely would, as we have a yellow flag.
Yellow flag.
Who is that? Not Wolfman. Is
Killaroo.
Killaroo once again. As
What's going on with the softs?
I think he's just overheated them, to be honest.
Yep.
As we have another yellow flag in Sector 1. As we watch Moggs not only debut, but also win his first race and the third round of Season 2 for OCE Racing League 2. So
It's another 5-second penalty for not serving it.
he did. If we can find, just hop on board with Zox as he crosses the line. So his first race, and Wobble Candy, his first race in OCE Racing League 2. So
Basic Kiwi DNF'd.
We obviously missed that one. It looks like it was after Denga 2, I think. It looks like, as he's now finishing in P14.
Well, I mean, Killaroo at the moment, his tyre temperatures are at roughly 90 or 85 degrees.
So it's cold. So Killaroo has left the session, but he's also crossed the line. So doesn't want to stick around for the podium. As Jay Miles, I think he can be very happy with that. Started P7, finishes P8.
Strong race for him.
Yeah.
Really strong.
Not too bad, considering how quick the guys in front of him were.
Just proving that the softs, the two stoppers work.
It's true. It's very true. As we have a look at Guackle coming around the Casio Triangle.
Ooh, Lucy.
BTH Zefty. So Guackle will be our last runner to cross the line, and he finishes off the race. What a race, guys!
A very interesting race. I mean, I thought there would have been a lot more penalties. And
Oxygen.
as we see, Oxygen get driver of the day.
He does,
Right,
I rightfully deserve as well. Yes, he went from P8 to P9 to P4, I think it was.
Yep.
So good, a very, very strong race for Oxygen, and the winner of our last race in Russia.
Yes, I was actually surprised. I thought Oxygen would have had would have still had the pace from last weekend.
Yes, but now with Moggs coming on board,
and as well as the other new driver that's come on board,
Zox. Yeah. So have a look at the drivers, but as we can see, viewers, Moggs 94 with first place. In second, we have Zox. In third, Wobble Candy, and that marks our podium finishes. Oxygen, our last race winner in P4, John Jang P5, Mad Dog P6, Wolfman 97 in P7, J Miles P8, Magic P9, and Dawn 29 rounds out our top 10. So, what did you think, guys?
very, very interesting. I mean, as I said, it's going to be like this race was just an interesting race with how many of them went on to the hards very, very early.
The strategy is in fact really interesting for this race.
Yes. This, that's another thing. Yeah, the strategy.
Everyone makes different calls for their own race, and it has unfolded to an interesting one.
The other thing too is one of the drivers actually did a two-stopper. He did 10 laps on the softs to start with. Then it was oxygen. He went 10 laps on the softs, then went to the hards, did 4 laps on the hards, and then went from the hards to another set of hards
Yeah,
and finished the race.
That could be
So
just
that's interesting.
it is. Definitely is. So, yeah. Well, guys.
And then you had like drivers go from the softs and do 17 laps on the medium.
Well, it's going to be interesting now with Peanuts and I keep saying me and Peanuts.
Yes.
Peanuts and I getting to see what these guys, what they did with their strategies, and we can now see what we can do with our strategies in our race. So,
I mean, are you going to have a little bit of time? You're going to have a little bit of time to maybe get out there and do a practice.
no, I would like to, but I'd like to really keep my concentration for the race. So,
for the race.
yeah, I did a little bit of practicing this morning, but still, I think right now it's looking like Sir Joshy has still got the punchy hand at the moment. So, it'll be interesting, but we will see come later.
Like, what was your thoughts on the tires when you were doing the practice sessions during the week?
I only really got to do the Friday practice session, and when I popped on the mediums, and the mediums for me were really, really good, long distance. So they were comfortable. I was able to turn into corners. When you got to about lap 11, lap 12, you did start to really feel the car just saying no into the corners. So,
what about you, Peanut?
yeah.
Like, what were your thoughts about when you were doing the practice sessions, like with the tires?
I was thinking about going long. So I was sticking on with the strategy of soft mediums, but certainly when you lost the softs for a bit longer, it will just crumble down really bad.
Yeah.
Therefore, I think maybe if you could last the mediums for a bit longer, it could turn out well. But who knows? It's a long race indeed. We'll see in an hour.
Well, we will see, like, very soon as to what's going to happen. We've only got, what is it, an hour, 13 minutes, so time to get our minds ready, I think, and time to end our round 3 at the Japanese Grand Prix stream. Thank you so much, Peanuts, and thank you so much, Law, for joining me in the commentary box.
No worries. And I will see you guys in roughly an hour.
Well, you will commentate for us, but
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yes. So yeah. So hopefully we'll be able to put on a bit of a show for you and the viewers on YouTube and Twitch. Hope you guys enjoyed round 3 for OCE-RL 2, OCE Racing League 2, and enjoy the rest of your day. See you guys.
See ya.
Yeah.